this week on Kerr Fatou.
Honorable Ahmadba, Honorable Mballow, Honorable Ibrahim Sillah, and Honorable Sankareh, welcome to Kerr Fatou.
Thank you.
Thank you. Why did we agree for 3 years?
Why did you agree?
Yes, I'm coming. That's what I want to explain to you. You see, it's important that Gambians understand these issues. At the time, 3 years ago, when we were agreeing on this, we thought fully we would have been able to reform, do all the things that we needed to do within the 3-year transition period. What we found when we came in, as we speak now, will be 3 years in December, the Constitutional Review Commission, up to this moment, have not presented their report to government, for government to look at it and then put it to a referendum. We're talking about 2020 for that to happen. As we speak now, the TRRC have not even gone halfway for us to get to know. As we speak now, the security reform program, as I'm speaking now, they are meeting yesterday, met till 7 o'clock. As we speak now, some of the draconian laws that affected you and others are still now safety reports. The process is still on. As we speak now, amending some of the criminal code, some of the things that were put in by Jammeh's government are still not finalized. Fact. If Barrow was to resign 3 years from now, what are we going to do?
The president has a 5 years mandate.
Yes.
And I am one person who always say the president has 5 years mandate, and we should adhere to that.
Exactly.
But do you think his statement saying you cannot remove me angered people? Do you think that angered a lot of people?
See, communication is not easy, Fatou. Because when you utter a word, the understanding from different people differ. The concept interpretation differ. You understand? So when the president says he doesn't mean to offend anybody or to anger anyone, there is a gentleman who respects people's views and very democratic.
Would you pour hot water on us if we have to demonstrate?
Never ever.
Great.
Actually, let me tell you, whoever knows me knows that I always stand for justice. I cannot be in the helm of affairs and seize that opportunity to disadvantage people. It's something that I'm not made for. I'm not made for, I'm telling you. Not because I'm sitting here. I'm a Gambian. But what I always tell people is, as a Gambian, I also have freedom of speech. I was in a political platform and I was very hot and agitated. You see, I was so much agitated, I said, yes, these are the procedures. I really talked about the procedures. What do you need to do? As a human being, we all know what this government stands for. It's a democratic government. We yearn for peace and stability in this country. So I've seen no reason why do I have to stand and give my people order, go and put hot water on people.
Since Barrow came to power, there's not a single day that you don't hear somebody say something evil about somebody or against somebody. But that doesn't mean they're arrested. We see the newspapers are littered with all kind of banners. Elsewhere, that could have been a recipe for a court case. But we don't even have the slightest imagination to consider those things for court cases. Well, now, demonstrations. In a democracy, demonstrations are part of the establishment. This government encourages people to protest, peaceful democratic protests. It is unfortunate that sometimes the police who are on the ground, they know the structure, they know the landscape, they know, they have their own intelligence, and they know why best they would issue a permit and then deny him a permit.
For a government that is just trying to reform its security service, and we know steps are on the way. In fact, today we were invited to the launching of the security service program. But again, a lot of people would say, why buy water cannons if we need that money to train our security officers? Because it seems like whenever security comes in contact with the civilians, something bad happens.
No, Fatou, it is extremely important that we have our security forces equipped with the right equipment, because what we have seen in this country all along is that anytime the security forces, especially the police, are sent out to control a riot, they normally go out with AK-47s. And you know, no security personnel will go out with an empty, barrel. So it is extremely important that the security services are reformed, but also they are given the right equipment, as we have seen in all democratic countries, to deal with any situation in a very civil manner. And that's what the Gambia government has recognized, and that's what we have seen, the Interior Ministry been doing. It is extremely important that our police, especially those that are responsible for dealing with civilian matters, are well equipped to deal with the situations as they unfold in a manner that befits civility.
So the issue that we have at hand as a government is to create jobs for our youths. Let them be engaged, working 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. They will not have time to be in the streets.
In 2 years, that has been...
No, I'm coming. Fatou, we have created a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs.
Well,
and the statistics are being compiled. Now, right now, we have the possibility of creating another 3,000 jobs.
in what sector?
In the industry, in terms of a lot of new cement factories coming up, and a lot of other projects coming, huge ones. These are already confirmed projects. I don't come here and talk things that I don't know. Another 3,000 jobs in the next 12 months would have been created in the country. This we're talking about 3 years, Jotna, as you just mentioned. If they are to bring issues of 3 years, Jotna, and make some crisis in this country, 150,000 Gambians will go out of job. Not to talk about the others who are depending on tourism alone. When you already have almost a failed rainy season, who will feed you? Who will give you food in your home? Who will get a salary?
But who is engaging them too?
No, that's why. That's why the Interior Minister made a statement.
Yeah.
And the government, when he speaks on behalf of God.
Yeah. Let's sit, let's talk.
Let's talk.
But let's not hide behind national security always.
No way!
Honorable Minister.
No way, we cannot
For
do that.
22
No,
years,
excuse me.
we have been
Excuse
hiding
me,
behind national
Fatou,
security.
Fatou, I will never see any Gambian be refused permit. We are not saying people should not demonstrate. They can demonstrate. They are free. This Tupac knows that it's democracy and demonstration together. Our problem is demonstration that goes with violence. Because we know there are rogue elements who would use demonstration to kill people and claim that government is killing them. We know all these things. They are planned.
Or to burn people.
Yes,
people,
or to burn people and say
steal.
that these things we all know. These are the type of element we want to inform Gambians about to make sure that wherever they are exposed and that they are dealt with according to the law, that they don't destroy our country. Demonstration has to happen. People should be given permit, whether December, January, February, November, let them demonstrate, but within the law. We have a law that describes how you demonstrate.
Yeah.
Let them demonstrate. Nobody should stop them demonstrating, really. But they also don't have right to create violence. They have no right to destroy public property or people's properties. They don't have that right. The law limits them to what they can do.
The State Department report that the Gambia is among countries that are not very transparent.
Physically, on physical matters. On physical matters, issue of money.
That's what they
program procurement. Not
procurement.
No, I'm saying use the correct one. It's not transparent on physical matters.
Correct.
It's not transparent on physical matters.
Yes,
That
that matters
includes
dealing with money. Procurement and others.
procurement.
Yes. That's
in fact, that is a very important area.
We recognize that as a government,
Yeah.
we need to improve on our procurement governance.
Yeah.
Because this is a big component
Yeah.
in any government's assessment of its compliance
That's the
to
biggest loopholes.
financial issues.
And then before we go, of course, the argument of system change still comes to play. People believing that what used to transpire is what is still going on in the country. For example, GPA is a public enterprise, and then the Interior Minister, under his watch, the police writing a request to GPA to build a police station in Mankamangunda.
Can I ask you a question?
No, let me finish. We have gone past those days when we watched the commission of inquiry.
That's regime change, that's system change. Under Yaya Jammeh, no managing director would have thought about going to a private radio station to explain how those monies were transferred, or the idea into the building of the police station. There is also there is a change. It's not only a change, it's drastic. In this country, here, the president just used to see you at a political rally. He doesn't like the way you look, and you go to mile 2, you are locked up. In this country, your colleagues had to flee because your freedom was seized. In this country, Deda Hydra was murdered.
Not many.
In this country, Ibrahim Mane was murdered, a journalist. In this country, Omar Barrow, a journalist, Red Cross volunteer, was murdered. In this country, people were tortured only because they were expressing their right to freedom of expression. In this country, politicians were rounded up, tortured, killed. Women were arrested and raped in this country. In this country, the president used to call the judiciary and tell judges to lock up people for up to 10 years. I have judges who told me stories, that's why they left the Gambia, because the president wanted them to lock up political opponents, real, imagined, or potential. So there is regime change, and there is certainly necessarily system change in this country. What has happened though is that change is not easy.
It's a slow
it's
process.
gradual.
Right.
It's a slow process.